Since 1948, NGWA's mission has been to represent groundwater professionals and their communities through advocacy, education, and outreach. For 75 years, our industry has worked together to address the nation's most pressing groundwater issues. We've come a long way together, but no matter what the future brings, our message is clear. NGWA is proud to be the voice of groundwater industry professionals. Whether it be through educational courses, free access to our publications, or opportunities to network with others in the industry, we strive to support our members and their communities. In collaboration with the Groundwater Foundation and Oklahoma State University, NGWA has created valuable educational tools like the Awesome Aquifer 360 and Drilling Basics Online. However, we believe our greatest asset is you. With the contributions of our members, we've been able to make great strides in making groundwater education more accessible to the next generation of industry professionals. We are focused on the future.
Welcome to the keynote presentation and Awards of Excellence ceremony. Please welcome NGWA Chief Executive Officer, Terry Morse.
Good morning. How is everybody today? Well, welcome to Groundwater Week 2023, Las Vegas. 75 years, can you believe it? It's crazy. It is crazy it's been 75 years, especially when 2020 rolled around and we had to cancel that one and do it virtually, and no one knew if we were going to get back together again. In these past 3 years, we've had record-breaking events. When we came back in 21, Nashville turned out to be our largest non-Vegas year ever in the history of the organization. Last year was our #2 record, and this year, depending on how registration goes today, we may break the record of the largest show ever. So congrats to all of you who support us, the volunteers, your membership, your sponsorships. It's what all makes it come together and makes this show what it is. So thank you very much. So today, not only are we going to recognize the recipients of the NGWA Awards of Excellence, but our keynote speaker, I think you all probably know who he is if you've seen the movie Rudy, the real-life story of the individual who persevered on his life dream to play football at the University of Notre Dame. So his name is Daniel Rudy Rudiger, who will be speaking after the Awards of Excellence. I do want to move on. NGWA, we continue to strive to provide the best services for our members, and again, many of these services are made possible by all the volunteers in this room and all of you that serve on all of our various committees. I do want to take time to recognize our sponsors, our exhibitors, those of you who put the time and effort to come and exhibit on our trade show floor, but especially last night's welcome party. So our sponsors from last night were Franklin Electric, Baker, IGSBA, the Groundwater Foundation, and NGWA University. So thank you to all of our sponsors. Now I'd like to take a few minutes for a special thank you to Franklin Electric, our diamond sponsorship. We also recognize Franklin Electric as a long-supported educational sponsor of all of our opportunities to educate the members in our industry. Today, we're pleased to announce the 2023 recipients of the Franklin Electric Scholarships in partnership with the National Groundwater Association. So at this time, I want to welcome to the stage Andrew Schwartz, Senior Business Unit Director, the Groundwater Distribution at Franklin Electric.
Good morning. Thanks for the introduction, Terry. Really appreciate it. Thrilled to be here at Groundwater Week this week. It's an event I've been coming to for nearly 20 years with a little bit of a pause for a while, but it's great to be here in Vegas. Hopefully, guys, were able to partake in the Franklin Electric sponsored welcome party last night. A lot of people, another busy event. I'm glad to be part of that. It's something the team really looks forward to. So I have the honor of presenting this year's NGWA University Franklin Electric Scholarships. This year's awards go to 5 emerging industry professionals who will receive free access to foundational content through the Drilling Basics course. The online training, powered by Oklahoma State University, will help train the next generation of drillers. I think we can all agree training the next generation is, without a doubt, critically important to all of us and our future. Would you guys agree? We need some training in this industry, some youth, right? These scholarships are just one way Franklin Electric strives to support those who are building their future in the groundwater industry. By sponsoring these scholarships and supporting NGWA, Franklin Electric is assuring tomorrow's industry professionals gain skills that help them grow and solve new challenges. It's helpful for all of us. So without further ado, please join me in recognizing this year's Franklin Electric Scholarship winners. If our winners are in the audience, I invite you to stand as I call your name. First up is David Adams from Bowden, Georgia. Next up is Carisha Owens Bagala, Bremerton, Washington. Kyle Lowe, Klamath River, California. Sabra Helene, St. Paul, Minnesota. Last but not least, Viola Richardson, Catawba, Virginia. I hope you all can make the best of the week this week. There's a lot of great events. You can come see us at booth 439, and we'll show you the new exciting things we have going on for this year and years to come. Thanks. Have a good day.
Well, thank you, Andrew. We appreciate the partnership with Franklin Electric and Oklahoma State University, and excited about what this will bring to us in the future. As our goal is to tackle the shortfall coming to this industry, the 130,000 individual shortfall by 2029. So our goal is to educate and attract new individuals into this industry, and wouldn't be possible without these 2 partnerships with Franklin and Oklahoma State. So now it's time to move on to honor the industry's best and brightest as we present the 2023 NGWA Awards. So without further ado, I'm going to turn this program over to Fred Rothage.
Thank you, Terry. It's an honor to present these awards to individuals and companies who are making significant contributions to the industry. I'd like to extend a special thank you to my fellow awards committee members. It's been a privilege working alongside of you. To help present today's awards, please welcome NGWA Awards Committee member Scott Fowler. We'd like to start off the awards with a Farvolden Scholarship presented to deserving students. These scholarships are made possible by S.S. Papadopoulos and Associates. And to announce the winners, please welcome Erica DeFilippo. It's yours. Let me turn that page. Sorry.
Thank you, Fred. In conjunction with the National Groundwater Association and the Groundwater Foundation, the Farvolden Scholarships have been made possible since 2004 and are awarded in honor of the late Dr. Robert Farvolden, one of the early pioneers in the development of modern hydrogeology and a former National Groundwater Association Director of Science and Technology. The students were evaluated yesterday, and the awards are given based on the scores from rankings on quality of presentation, content, and demonstration of insight. The judges noted that we were impressed by the passion communicated by the students as they shared their projects. From undergraduate to PhD candidates, The groundwater industry has a bright future with these leaders. Congratulations to all. A few fun facts, actually one fun fact about all of the participants this year. They were all women, so yay. If the students are in the audience, I'll ask them to please stand when I call your name. So the recipients of the Farvolden Awards this year are Catherine Sumner from Clemson University, Camila Bautista from Cal State LA, Meeta Gupta from ITT Bombay Monash Research Academy, and Hannah Sidlowski from the University of Kansas.
Thank you, Erica. And congratulations to all of you recipients. The National Groundwater Association's top designation, the Master Groundwater Contractor, the MGWC, recognizes those who have proven exceptional knowledge and dedication in water well construction and pump installation. Today, we'd like to congratulate President and CEO of JS Water Wells, Monty Richardson, for the earning of the Master Groundwater Contractor designation. Monty, please stand if you're here in the audience. It's hard to see you out there, but please stand. Give him a big applause. Our first awards are the Life Member Award, Honorary Member, and Standard Bearer Award. The Life Member Award is presented to a retired or retirement-age NGWA member who has contributed a special service to the furtherance of groundwater industry, or NGWA. Lawrence Sima is our Member Award honoree. Being part of the family's business since he was 16, is a fitting that Lawrence is receiving a lifetime award. Started in 1955 by his father, Simon Drilling and Lawrence continued the business philosophy of always leaving the customer happy. Lawrence has drilled wells since graduating from high school and has been active in state and national groundwater associations, including holding many offices and collaborating on exam questions. Most recently, Lawrence was instrumental in rewriting Connecticut's well drilling code to include geothermal. Lawrence believes that to be in the industry, you shouldn't be afraid of getting your hands dirty. That's how you know how to tackle problems when they arise. Having only one other job, picking asparagus at the age of 14, Lawrence explains that that's why I'm still working. It's my life. Currently semi-retired, Lawrence looks forward to extended trips with his wife and family to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Congratulations on your career and semi-retirement, Lawrence. At this time, I'd like to welcome, let's give you an applause. At this time, I'd like to welcome our Standard Bearer Award honoree, Richard Thron, Honorary Award recipient, and Kathy Butcher to the stage. The Standard Bearer Award is presented to an outstanding volunteer involved in the legislative process on behalf of the NGWA and its initiatives. When Richard first became involved in government affairs over 20 years ago, he was overwhelmed by the process and wondered what a little driller from Minnesota could do. Then, just as he learned from his dad not to shy away from the tough drilling jobs that challenged him, Richard stuck with it and started to see results. Richard saw that those going to Washington were viewed as experts by the politicians who were making the rules and would have an impact on the public and business. He is especially proud of the work that resulted in industry-specific expectations of regulations that led to relief for groundwater businesses. Richard wants to remind everyone in the industry to not belittle yourselves. Stand proud and flaunt the fact that we are groundwater professionals. Be proud of what you do. Thank you, Richard. The honorary award is presented to a person of eminence from outside the groundwater industry who have contributed special services to the industry or to the NGWA. Kathy's first day in the industry was the day that she was born. Her grandfather founded Pioneer Drilling and Pump Company in 1927, and her parents operated that business through 1998. Even though she was raised in a contractor family, Kathy's love and passion for the industry is another whole level higher, and her enthusiasm rubbed off on many. Her special skill described as being able to bring people of all levels of involvement in the groundwater industry together for the sharing of information. Kathy has been instrumental in guiding the NGWA, the certification program, education programs, and to be the industry standard that we are today. She diligently tried to offer some service or training valuable for each segment of the industry, in addition to general public outreach concerning groundwater issues. Kathy considers herself most fortunate to enjoy the long-lasting friendships cultivated over the years that she continues to enjoy. Thank you, Kathy. Congratulations and thank you, Kathy, Richard, and Lawrence. Thank you. It's now my honor to present the sectional awards. The Supplier of the Year award is for an NGWA supplier who has demonstrated outstanding leadership skill within and outside the industry. Edward King is this year's Supplier of the Year honoree. The award is an honor for Ed, but he noted the true winner is the team at Aquaflow, a family business started by his dad over 50 years ago. Ed has worked nearly every Saturday since he was 12. It's the love, it's the years of experience and love of troubleshooting that makes Ed invaluable to his customers. Ed's dad often told him that the work has to be good for both of us, the customer and the business, and Ed knows that. When his customer is in trouble, he's right there with them until the trouble is fixed. Ed tried some other work, but always came back to the family business. He is tickled that his kids are continuing in the industry and counts his customers as some of his closest friends. Congratulations, Edward. The Manufacturer Special Award Recognition Award is given to as a means of honoring an individual's accomplishment in the groundwater manufacturing industry, including but not limited to industry improvements, special education, contributions, and patents and technology. The Manufacturer Section Special Recognition Award honoree is Tom Steffen. Tom grew up near the Gould's manufacturing facility and knew that many dads worked there, but didn't know the connection to groundwater until he started working there. 35 years later, working in many different positions. Tom has been in training For the last 12 years, as a training manager, Tom has the chance to work with many different people and feels the groundwater industry represents the salt of the earth. Tom enjoys helping people solve problems as well as learning new things himself. Tom's training style is clear and concise and tailored to the audience. His delivery is professional while also being fun. Tom always puts 100% into not only the customer, but also into the industry. Congratulations, Tom. The John Hemm Award for Excellence in Science and Engineering recognizes a significant recent scientific or engineering contribution to the understanding of groundwater. Congratulations to John Wilson, Dr. John Wilson. The theme of John's career could be getting people to look at things in a different way. John's life work has been helping regulators in the EPA and the state agencies understand the science of cleaning up groundwater problems and keeping it clean. By understanding the science and then repackaging it for the decision makers to better understand it, John is instrumental in the development of EPA policy, documents, and guidelines. John began his career at a time when most hydrologists didn't think there was life forms in aquifers. His job was to show people that not only is there life going on down there, but that it makes a big difference. And there is a need to protect water contamination primarily from industrial chemicals. So after 35 years at the US EPA, John retired and started his own consulting firm 9 years ago. John continues to be the investigator on grants involving groundwater remediation and is still actively publishing and teaching. Thank you for being at the leading edge of this important work. Congratulations, John. The Keith Anderson Award acknowledges outstanding contributions made to NGWA and is designated or NGWA members, volunteers, or other significant groundwater notables. Congratulations to this year's honoree, Dr. Barry Hibbs. Barry has dedicated his life to, and career to groundwater and has been an active member to the NGWA for decades. A professor of hydrogeology at California State University, Los Angeles, since 1998, Barry has over 34 years of experience working on the water well resources of arid and semi-arid zones and in the Pacific Coast region. Barry focuses on student mentoring, mentee-based research, and grant development. Currently, with $2.2 million in active external grants, his work also includes contracts that are product-oriented with set deliverables, much of which is used for setting policy. Barry has lived a life dedicating to helping develop the minds and spirits of a generation plus of now and future groundwater scientists and NGWA members. Congratulations, Barry. Congratulations, Edward, John, Barry, and Tom. Thank you for your contributions to this industry. Are we on time? Good enough. The Outstanding Groundwater Project Awards honor those who worked to advance the industry and resources through imagination, creativity, innovation, and excellence. The Groundwater Remediation Project Award recognizes outstanding innovation that resulted in significant positive change in the area of remediating groundwater. Congratulations to Geosyntec Consultants, Inc. Accepting the award is Jim Deltz, Senior Principal. Jim and his team at Geosyntec developed and implemented an innovative remedy for groundwater seeps containing PFAS, commonly known as forever chemicals. The project posed a couple of unique issues. The location of the site in North Carolina is extremely remote, hilly, and wooded, and the timing, this was an interim solution that needed to be implemented within 6 months. With no access to power, the team developed an in-situ gravity-powered remedy. The contaminated water moves downhill through a series of flow cells with carbon beds to filter out the PFAS before discharging into the river. The solution met the tight schedule in a sustainable way and exceeded the cleanup criteria for a removal efficiency of 99.5%. Congratulations to Jim and the team at Geosyntec Consultants. The Groundwater Supply Award is awarded for innovation that resulted in significant positive change in the area of supplying groundwater. Congratulations to Orange County Water District. Accepting the award is Orange County Water District President Kathy Green. Dating back to the 60s, the Orange County Water District recognizes that imported water supplies from the Colorado River were going to be at risk, and the alternatives would be needed for future growth and water security. Working with the sanitation department, the solution was to take the treated wastewater and through the groundwater replenishment system, use a state-of-the-art purification process to put drinking water back into the aquifer. Orange County now has pure, drought-proof supply of drinkable water available 24/7. As the world's largest recycled water project, it has also shown how to overcome the yuck factor and serves as a model for the rest of the world. Congratulations to Kathy and Orange County Water District. Congratulations, Jim and Kathy, and thank you for all of the Project Award team members for the continued important work that you guys are doing. Thank you again. The Robert Storm Intersectional Cooperation Award is presented to a person who contributes to promoting collaboration, enhancing cooperation, and fostering community among all groundwater professionals, and to advancing the mutual interest of all those interested in communicating the importance of the Earth's water resources. Congratulations to Robert Schreiber. I'm glad you're...
In high school, my wife and a bunch of other students started a group to clean up a river in our hometown. And one of the things that we were able to do was to get the attention of the news media in North Jersey, where our hometown is located, as well as even the major news outlets in New York City. That gave me the basis for being courageous enough and wanting to go and advocate for groundwater. Yeah, I got into the industry way back when I was in college at MIT and started working on groundwater modeling as a sophomore. And that ended up leading to working on a project to avoid a water war starting between Yugoslavia and Greece. And what happened was they never actually came into conflict. The project was successful in helping to avert a difficulty that could have been a lot worse. And that led to me devoting my career to groundwater and groundwater modeling in particular. Probably the most major accomplishment in my career has been to work really hard with many, many colleagues towards the creation and initial success of the National Groundwater Monitoring Network. One of the major issues with the creation of the network, and this goes back to listening really well to the data providers, mostly states, that there were several states that expressed concern that they did not want their data to be owned and owned by the federal government, that it was important that each data provider maintain total control over their own data. And so that's why it's really a hallmark of cooperation between the states and the federal government and between other entities in the federal government. This award is really special for me because one of my primary objectives in serving NGWA has been to increase cooperation between the different sections of NGWA, and that has worked out really well. And even in recent years, there have been two presidents of NGWA from the scientists and engineers section. That's really wonderful that kind of cooperation and trust has increased over the years. That really warms my heart greatly. Thank you. My main interest and great love is my family. So I want to give great thanks to my wife, Janet, for her support, as I've spent a lot of time volunteering for NGWA. And this also includes now three grandchildren, plus volunteering with her for raising awareness and funding for helping bladder cancer patients like myself. And I'm happy to talk with anybody at Groundwater Week about that because we've been able to help many, many patients. I've learned of over 100 patients just by talking about it. And so this has been another great love of our lives, is to help out other patients and to increase funding for bladder cancer research and development. Thank you.
Well, first of all, I'd just like to thank everybody from NGWA, all the volunteers. Especially like to thank Jeff Williams, past president, for nominating me for this award. And it is very special. I'd also like to thank my company, CDM Smith, for also supporting me in all the volunteering that I've been able to do for NGWA in the groundwater industry. I think Richard Thron, past president, who was up here previously, said it really well, that we went from divisions, which are divisive, to sections, which means that we work together. Our mantra at NGWA is and should continue to be that we're better working together. So I'm glad that that's happened, and may this continue to happen as we go forward into the future. So once again, thank you very much.
Congratulations, Robert, and thank you for your contribution to the industry. The M. King Hubbard Award recognizes the major science or engineering contributions. It is an honor to recognize Dr. Jimmy Zhao at this time.
When I entered university, that was 1979, and I grew up in a very poor village. Information in those days, basically no information. So I really just end up in the Wuhan College of Geology just by chance, and also end up in this topic by chance. In those days, if we could end up university or college student, we feel very excited. Okay. In 1983, I obtained my first degree in hydrogeology from Wuhan College of Geology, now China University of Geosciences, Wuhan. If I consider this as the starting point of my career in groundwater, then I have been working in this field for over 40 years. My research activities focus on Hong Kong or the Pearl River Delta in general. So due to the coastal environment, most of my research can be grouped under the umbrella of coastal hydrogeology. My advice would be not to be too ambitious and try to avoid topics that are crowded with people, meaning those that already having a lot of researchers working on them. Instead, focus on local research problems that you can easily access. Local problems can be unique and may also have international significance. Therefore, if you can successfully solve local problems, you may find that one day you will gain recognition on an international level. During my free time, I like to take photos. Many people think of Hong Kong as a city full of high-rise buildings and call it the concrete forest. However, what they may not know is that more than 60% of Hong Kong is actually made up of national park areas with stunning mountains and gorgeous beaches. I enjoy going to these beaches and going hiking with my camera to capture beautiful moments. Sometimes I take my students on weekend trips and take photos for them. Apart from photography, I also have fun playing table tennis. I enjoy playing with my students as well. It's a great way to bond with them and have good time together. Yeah, I really like to mix with my students. When you stay with young people, you feel you are young, you know.
I first want to say that I really appreciate NGWA for presenting me such a tremendous honor. I also want to say thank you to Professor John Cherry, who nominated me, and also those who wrote letters of support. I want to say that Hong Kong and also the University of Hong Kong in particular provided me with a very excellent research environment or platform. And Hong Kong is very coastal, then most of my research can be grouped under the title of coastal hydrogeology. And I also want to say thank you to my students and collaborators who contribute significantly to my research. And the final things I want to say is that to my family, and time is very limited. If I spend more time on my research, then I must have spent less time to my family. And finally, I want to say thank you to everybody who helped me. Thank you.
Congratulations, Jimmy. The Ross Oliver Award recognizes a member who has made outstanding contributions to the groundwater industry. Please join me in congratulating Marvin Gladfeldy.
For my first 11 years, I lived in a town that had no water well. And in those days, they had to bring in water to the town via the railroad. And so it was definitely a place where all the parents taught their kids to be good with water conservation and appreciation of it. So that was driven into me at an early age. So I went to college on a band scholarship, and it was to get away from the house after high school and just go be somewhere. And so I enjoyed playing in the band, but really was going to get a degree. I thought in psychology. After one semester, I knew that was not for me. And so I just was taking the classes you have to take, one in sciences and one in all these different things. I happened to take a geology class, and I just fell full out in love with it. So I pursued that and got a bachelor's degree in geology. That's when I went and worked in the oil and gas industry for a while as a mud engineer. Then later, water became more of a thing in Arizona because of some new rules that were put in place. And so I came back to Arizona to work in hydrogeology and got my master's in that and have been working ever since. So kind of hit the ground running And so I was already somewhat familiar with drilling, and I was thrown into the mix right away to write technical specifications, which I did at the time horribly, and began learning through interaction with more senior hydrogeologists and with drillers about our business. Well, along the way, I found that I went down a path that took me to a boutique place where I have a familiarity with the considerations, the technology, and the lingo of hydrogeologists and also well drillers. You'd think that they are interchangeable, but they have slightly different ways of viewing the world and talking about the world and practicing their work. Yet they are so intertwined. It's just, it's kind of a surprising thing. So my career has really been down a path of being a translator. I feel like I'm parroting information I gained. Oftentimes, in the middle of the night and a difficult situation, sitting in a doghouse at a drilling rig, talking to an old-time tool pusher or something, I learned a lot, and I convey that or intend to convey that. And you can take the verbiage that might have been provided to you, turn it into a scientific principle because it's applicable. There is a line of fact going on, and so if I'm speaking to a university professor but giving information that came from a seasoned driller, the science is in a direct line. So I that's where I feel like I'm a communicator, a translator that way. And I feel like that's my strength. I don't feel like I'm somebody that has invented any new widget or I wrote a book, but that was just a form of the translation. And so there's the folks that are really brilliant, that have written a lot of the good textbooks in our industry. I'm not one of those guys, but I can speak the lingo and connect the dots between the different aspects of our industry. I'd say chase your bliss would be the advice I'd give. This happens to be my bliss, and so it's not really work. I'm just following the path. And so if you feel that way about it, it's easy. If you don't feel that way about it, then keep checking your options and look around, because you do want to chase your bliss.
I greatly appreciate this high honor, the highest of honors in groundwater, and still trying to figure out how I ever deserved it, because I was just having fun. So I want to thank a bunch of people. I'm not going to spend a bunch of time, though, don't worry. I want to thank Richard Layton for nominating me for this high award. I'm greatly honored and humbled by it. I want to thank my family for putting up with me all these years, but they don't mind. They're used to it. And I want to thank all of you, because to me, what's the greatest strength of us is our community. We do have different sectors. We do have the drillers on the one side. We have consultants and regulators. We have policy people. We have technocrats. We're all different types, but we're a community. And it's all about water, all about groundwater. So important throughout the world, internationally. So I thank you for that. It's a great honor. I share this with you, but I'm not going to give it to you. I'm going to keep it. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Marvin, for your contributions, and congratulations. It's been a privilege today to present the awards to this outstanding group of groundwater professionals, but before I go, I have a challenge for you. I have a challenge that I hope that you can succeed at. But if you know a groundwater industry professional or a superstar, somebody in the industry who's a superstar that you feel should be honored with the NGWA Award, Check out our application process and nominate them, just like these nominees were nominated. Applications are due June 1st. That's a deadline, June 1st. But thank you for being here.
All right, thank you again, Rudy. That was awesome. All right, just a couple quick announcements. The hall opens up at 10. Delegates, for those of you, we need delegates. Delegate meeting tonight at 4 o'clock. So if you want to sign up there by the registration. Next year's Groundwater Week, if you want to mark it down, it's Groundwater Week 2024 is December 10th through the 12th. So that is it for today's show. Congratulations again to all of our award winners. For those of you in the Sapphire Club, as everybody exits, if you guys, all of you men and women can come up here on stage for the Sapphire Club. But other than that, thank you and see you on the trade show floor.